Hello and welcome to an update of the VermiBag Mini. You know, I have this system going for over 4 months, and so I decided that before I'm going to feed them and do an update, I wanted to see if I can do just a quick little harvest and see what we have going on at the bottom there. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Now the zipper opened up beautifully, no issues whatsoever. So let me see. I guess we will try to do this until we hit worms. I have my little handy dandy tool because I don't like to dig underneath with my hands. Let's see what kind of stuff we're going to get. Seems pretty soft. It's nice and worked over. Nice and crumbly. Okay, I like that. Hopefully the system has been running long enough that some of the baby worms, or the majority of the baby worms, had a chance to hatch and migrate to the top of the system, leaving me with a lot less worms, hopefully worm-free. One can dream. So far, this material is really great. So let me go in there. I'll hold the bag with the other hand so that I can really get in there and get the stuff out, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, guys, so I got quite a lot of material out of there. This little bag is very, very deceptive. The material is really beautiful. There is absolutely no issues with it whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I am pleasantly surprised that not only is it the perfect consistency for sifting, but I have not seen a single worm, which is one of the issues that I have with some systems. Now I know probably, you know, I will at times will probably have worms in here, but I really like the fact that I don't have that many worms to worry about, even in the future, to bait out. So this is amazing. This is the first time I'm harvesting this particular bin, and when I sift, when I sift any pieces that are, well, plastic is of course going to go into the garbage, but any pieces like these skins and leaves and things like that will go right back into the system. So that's not a problem. The worms will rework it again. So I'm really, really happy with it. Really, really happy. Okay, enough playing with the dirt. Let's get to feeding these guys. Okay, so I opened up the top, and the one thing I did have to do after I finished harvesting, I did have to kind of bang the outside from all corners so that the rest of the stuff would compact back down. It doesn't do that on its own, so that's fine as long as it does go down, which is something I haven't been able to do too well with the urban worm bag. I think because it's such a large system, I can't really get my hands all around it, but once I dug in there for a little bit, it did go down eventually. But here the material is nice and moist, and the worms are doing well. Working on last week's feeding. It's mostly bedding. Yeah, but even this stuff looks really good. Yeah, pretty well consumed. So let me give these guys a little well-deserved portion. Woo. Got some stinky old kale. Very stinky old kale. Oh my Lord. And then I'm going to just sprinkle a nice dusting of oyster shell, and of course we're going to get the moist bedding on top. And these guys are done. Not going to bother them anymore. But it's always nice to see that something works the way it should. And I'm really happy. I'm going to take the castings outside and I'm going to put them through my sifter. Thanks for joining me.